Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. All right, so, in my last couple of videos, if you've noticed a change in my looks, it's that's if you think I've changed my hair color or anything. No, I didn't. I just added more lighting. This is my actual hair color. It's almost white. Anyway, so there's a question as to whether Russia is evacuating Kherson. Now, this is an odd thing. The front lines have been pretty static for the last few days. Not much movement going on one way or another. Russia has taken some areas in some regions, not at Kherson, but nothing has been moving at Kherson for a long time, for the most part. But let me show you what I'm talking about here. All right, so let me zoom in on this and show you exactly what I'm talking about here. All right, I'm not going to go to the videos, but the flag of Russia was removed from the building of the Kherson Regional Administration. And Ukrainian civilians in Kherson riding on a bus film a checkpoint previously occupied by Russian troops and cheer when they realize it's now been abandoned. Okay, I did watch that video. It's very short, and there's like one or two people that like barely clap like 3 times. What they were probably cheering for was just the fact that they didn't have to stop at the checkpoint, because, you know, there aren't really any Ukrainians still staying there in Kherson, and Kherson has been largely evacuated of civilians. So the Russians have been evacuating people from Kherson for a few weeks now, because Ukraine is trying to bomb the dam above Kherson. So the IAEA, International Atomic Energy Administration, has been in Ukraine for a few days and investigated claims that Ukraine was building a dirty bomb. They're not finding anything so far, but let's make it clear, it's pretty easy to actually conceal such a thing. But, you know, let's wait and see. The fact, if the chances of that happening are lower now than they were, then that's a good thing. But let me go back to this map here. All right, so the claim from Russia that the dirty bomb was going to be set off in Mykolaiv. Well, guess here's Mykolaiv right here. So if it did get set off, it would probably spread radiological contamination into the Kherson region. The bridge or the dam that they have been bombing. Where is that? Is up here. This is the dam. All right. That dam was built by the USSR. But I'm going to get back to that. So if that dam was blown, then this whole area below this dam would be flooded. All these wetlands in here, you see all the blue spotted, all the blue spots, that's all wetlands. All of that would be flooded, and Kherson is right there in the middle of these wetlands. Now, I've been trying to find a topographical elevation map to tell me exactly what this region is with the green and yellowish here, but I cannot find anything showing elevation. I am guessing that this is higher elevation than the region around it. It doesn't have the same coloration such as here, forestry on this map. And I couldn't really find anything to confirm this, so I'm suspecting it. All right, so this is all speculation, hypothesis on my part. If you were Russian forces and you were caught between the chances of a dirty bomb from Mykolaiv or just a major offensive from Ukrainian forces and the possibility that this dam is going to be blown and flood this entire area and drown all of your troops, what would you do? I'll tell you what I would do. I would withdraw from this area. I would evacuate from here. I would pull back across the river or further up where it's not going to flood and just allow the Ukrainian forces to flood in here. If you move your forces further up, you're going to funnel them largely into this area where the city is, where Kherson is. Well, from there, before I evacuated, I would do one thing. I would plant explosive charges on that dam. And as soon as the Ukrainian forces flooded into this area, in large numbers, then I would turn the tables on them. I would blow that dam. Like I said, this is all hypothesis. I don't have any proof of it, but Russians are very good at strategy. If that happened, then this would all be over. I'm not hoping for anyone to die, by the way. You know that. I'd rather that they have peace talks right now. I'd rather that they had had peace talks in February. I'd rather that they had had peace talks before February. But if peace talks are not an option, then you have to go with what options you do have. There are a lot of people talking about, maybe Russia's going to wait until the ground freezes and then start an offensive. Maybe. Or maybe this is a plan. It's very odd for them to take down the flag and abandon checkpoints and for the conflict along that line of contact to slow down right now. It's kind of odd. Now, it could be just that it's because of the weather. Who knows? But, Ukraine has been bombing bridges that have been used by civilians to evacuate from Kherson, even bombing the pontoon bridges, civilian bridges, the dam. So, if they are able to evacuate to other areas and retreat to other areas, it may not be a retreat at all. Russia has retreated several times and then come back and retaken an area. As they retreat, they are still firing, and they do more damage. The Ukrainians take more damage on their advancements into the areas that Russia has evacuated, just like in Kharkov. There were virtually no Russian casualties, and yet the Ukrainians lost thousands of troops and tons of equipment because the Russians were firing as they retreated out of the area. So, is this reality? I have no idea. But let's wait and see. If there's any accuracy to what I am saying, we're not going to know for a little while. So, unrelated to that, divers, they've gone down and examined the damage to the Nord Stream pipelines, and what they found were, with each damaged section, craters about 5 meters deep, so like 15 feet deep, 12 to 15 feet deep, and a debris field of 250 meters around each damaged section. So these are tremendous explosions. This is not something that could be accomplished by divers in any way. So this speaks highly of either torpedoes or, more likely, underwater drones. Someone has responsibility for this. You know, those explosions were so big that they showed up on seismographs in Norway. These were huge explosions. And there are major gaps in these pipelines which will take time to repair. But, you know, as long as they have spare sections, then they can probably do it within a few months, if there's any reason to do so. Right now, there's no real reason except to preserve the, integrity of the pipelines. There's no real reason to repair them at this time. Russia may want to repair the pipelines and pressurize them just to preserve the structural integrity of the pipelines, because the seawater getting in there will corrode the pipelines. Anyway, share this video. Talk about these subjects. It's not too eventful right now, but not from what we can tell. This sounds kind of anticlimactic, but it may be leading to something very big. Cross your fingers with me. Let's hope for peace talks, a peace process. I'm hoping for it, not counting on it, but, just cross your fingers with me for it to happen. This needs to come to an end. It is causing global problems. And so, I left something out. Russia has said that they will go back to the grain deal after Ukraine signed an agreement that they will not use the grain corridor for any military purposes. Of course, Russia is also making the same agreement. That's what the agreement was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be a secure corridor for grain shipments. And now Russia has re-entered the grain agreement. And so that's a good thing. Let's hope that some of that grain makes it to poorer countries. I expect that Russia is going to stand up and state that this has to happen as a requisite for them remaining in this deal. There's no real reason for them to remain in this deal otherwise. Anyway, share this video, talk about these subjects. If you can afford it, please donate whatever you can to help expand this channel and my presidential campaign, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.